Right?
That's a little excessive.
I can only imagine 8 hours of this shenanigans. So what's up, everybody?
I know what
Welcome
you just
to
did.
Can We Vape This? Is
Two bottles.
Vape Pirate Show. Got a couple people here. We got Evan over here. We got Rich Honky hanging out. Matt as usual. Richard as usual. And of course we got the resident Brony. Did have a couple of things here on the agenda, topics and shit to talk about, but I don't know. I think we should go around and start with Evan and see if anybody got anything fun in the mail, any new juices, anything they personally want to bring up. Take her away, Evan.
As far as anything cool in the mail, I had first time I actually ordered juice online. I got a plume juice from Vape Caviar. I found they were doing a flash sale, 120 mils for $12. Ordered Mr. Koo. It's a mix of eight different fruits and whatnot, and fucking delicious.
Nice. Alright, who's watching the YouTube? Oh wait, I'm watching the YouTube. Should close that. It's fucking with my ears. Alright, Mr. Honky. What you get new and anything you want to bring up?
You guys are going to definitely laugh at me here, but I just bought an Archon.
How's it perform?
Oh yes, sub-ohm serum. You will be tasting it soon. Actually, I know one person here has tasted some of it.
Ah, shit. Was that the stuff at the vape off?
Yes.
Oh, God. It's like an orgasm in your mouth, guys.
That's all.
All right. Matt, take her away.
This guy. I got this guy, SX350, or I'm sorry, SX Mini M Class with temp control. And Majestic Vapors had a sale, 120 bottles for $10, so I hit them up pretty hard. And that's really all I got for vape mail.
Damn. What'd you pay for all them bottles?
$30, $10 a bottle.
God damn, that ain't bad at all.
Got this one I've been hitting up pretty hard. Serial number, which is Captain Crunch. Then it says Tahi Rooibos. I think they spelled that wrong. I think it's supposed to be Thai Rooibos.
What size are those bottles?
120s.
For $10 a piece. Holy shit.
Yeah, bruh. So we got the Thai Rooibos, which is, I think, a Thai tea flavor, and then a cinnamon Danish, and then the serial number, which is Captain Crunch.
Were they all good?
I can't speak for the tea. I don't like tea flavors. I think that was more something Chantel got for herself. I like the cinnamon Danish. It was pretty good, and I'm slowly working on this on the Captain Crunch. It's pretty good. Not the best I've had. I hold Telios's Crunch in the highest regards as far as like Captain Crunch flavors go.
Nice. Is that all VG Max or is it a blend?
I'm pretty certain they're all 80-20 VG to PG.
80-20.
Yeah, 80-20. So 80 VG. I don't know. Is that sale still going on?
No, it's over.
Oh, well, it was going on, but
It was posted in a group. I found out about it.
Was that hour sale that ended up lasting a whole fucking day?
I don't know.
not sure.
I saw a post for it. I don't know. Hi.
Hi, Chantel.
Oh, what's my camera? Why are you putting me on camera?
We're both on camera.
I see that.
I don't like being on camera, but I'm here.
All right, Mr. Shoemaker, what you got?
The same thing as Evan. I ordered off them. It was all right. I mean, it was $12, but I mean, it's a bit muted. But then I got this very odd juice from a friend in the mail. It's by Deuce's Wild. It's like a mango and tequila. It's weird. It's pretty good though.
It's a nice clear bottle.
Yeah. It came in this nice little case. Nifty as shit.
Damn. Looks like a bottle of lube or some shit.
I mean, lube, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it.
No
They
phone
were
hardware.
just up at, what was it, ECC in Niagara.
You say you tried that up there at ECC?
Honestly, I didn't really try any juice up there. I saw them there, though.
Yeah, first time I heard about it was the other day when I went over to Richard's place and it was sitting there on his table. I've never heard of it before.
I just told them you could throw some in the bag. Like, we left with 2 duffel bags full of juice and other shit.
Oh yeah. Might have to bring my backpack to the Pennsylvania Expo up in Hamburg.
Right.
To get all that free shit.
This is why you get bags up there.
Yeah, like every vendor's got a
Lots.
bag. If
Lots
you've
of
never
bags.
been to a vape convention, everyone has a bag.
Oh no.
They're like, please have my bag to put your stuff in. Oh, you already have 5 bags? How about another bag to put all of your bags in?
Yeah.
Like when I went to Vape Blast, it was insane the amount of bags. We walked in with literally nothing. I went in and it was like, oh, here, have this bag, right when you walk through the door. And then you go to the first vendor, here, have this other bag. And then you've got like 4 bags that weigh a ton. And then you get to another vendor and they're like, oh, well, here's a bigger bag and you can put all of your other bags into that. It's really insane.
Even when we went to Arclitex in Shreveport, they
Lots
only
of
had
bags too.
they only had like a few vendors up there, but everyone had bags. Have a bags for our shop. There you go.
Then other vendors are trying to tell you, oh, put their bag inside of our bag so that our bag is on the outside advertising for us. And it's like, oh, okay.
Damn, I feel slightly ripped off now. I got no bags at the little York Vape Off we had here. A small little venue, but I guess I shouldn't have been expecting like a full big expo thing. From what I hear, the one here for Pennsylvania on May is supposed to be a lot bigger. I do know the building it's in. We've gone to reptile shows there.
Now I just hate y'all more because I still haven't been able to make it to a convention yet.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jeremy. I've been to his last 3 events. Rich sets them up pretty decent. I'd say, well, his last one was kind of weak. It was he put it on Valentine's Day when we were getting a damn storm that day too. So he only had like 200 people in.
Oh shit, yeah, that was a crappy day to have it.
Yeah. And it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, on top of that, on a holiday where people don't really go out except with their significant other on dates.
If you're smart, you stay home with your significant other.
That too.
Point there.
On camera for the world to see, of course. Well,
Yeah,
guess it's my turn for vape mail. I didn't really get any vape mail in. Been helping out at a local shop making some B2B calls. So they hooked me up with one of their in-house blends, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. As you can see, I kind of enjoy it a good bit.
Is it Brandon Little shop?
Yeah, that's Brandon Little shop.
Heard of that place.
He's a pretty good dude.
Brandon's a nut, but he's awesome. And then my other vape mail, which I do again have to thank Mr. Honky for, sent me out Sagali 150 watt. Right
Nice.
now I have the Mutation XV3 on it. It helps if I stop hiding it behind my pictures here. Nothing fun and spectacular on it. 8 wrap, 22 gauge single coil. Gets the job done. I'm gonna love this
Tell
thing.
says it needs more pony stickers.
I'm actually working on a custom wrap from J-Wraps. It's gonna have my little rarity here on it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
My little addition of a Pinkie Pie box going on here.
I debated which I wanted on the other side. Rarity on one side and somebody on the other. It'll probably be Pinky. She's my second favorite.
Yes, Pinkie is the best.
Kind of hard, but she did the rhinestones on it.
Damn, that's pretty fucking cool. As much as I hold the thing in my hand, I'd end up knocking all those rhinestones off.
Surprisingly, they do not move. What did I use to stick them on there? I don't even remember.
I think super glue.
No, it wasn't super. It was something stronger than that. It's like,
Was it epoxy?
I think it was epoxy.
Well, that's why they haven't moved.
They're not going anywhere.
Those bitches ain't gonna move.
No.
Oh, let's see. What else did people have on the agenda before we free-for-all it? Oh, yes. Pennsylvania Expo coming up in Hamburg at the Field House, if nobody's aware of it and is in the area. May 9th and 10th. It's supposed to be a decent turnout. Looks like 100-plus vendors coming out, juice, mod manufacturers, shit like that. $8 for both days really is not a bad price for admission for 2 days up there at the Field House. That's what I pay for one day at reptile shows at the same location. And it being next month in a couple weeks here, it shouldn't be too bad. I know the reptile shows in the middle of summer gets hot and stuffy in that place, but this time of year it shouldn't be terrible. Any expos coming anywhere near anybody else other than Pennsylvania?
I think there's another vape blast going on in San Antonio. That's later in the summer, though.
Summit in Vegas, but
That's not near us. It's not even in driving distance.
right.
Oh, sure it is. A couple
Like-
hours, day or two.
Yeah. I've done the drive, not to Vegas, but to Cali, but still.
That's further.
Exactly. Exactly.
Saying.
Fun drive.
All right. Well, Richard Shoemaker over there wanted to bring up tanks versus dripper discussion debate. So since he's the one that brought it up, I'll let him start off.
Oh shit. I know.
Oh, shit.
Well, I don't have a tank yet. I'm looking to get one. I'm looking at the
Oh shit!
Atlantis. What?
Look at this.
Oh, go ahead, Richard.
I'm lost. What?
He has no camera. We can't see what he's doing.
Oh.
Wait, you got that people talking to me again?
It's the guy without the microphone. Don't
That's
bother.
That's right. He has no microphone.
Oh,
I see a bottle of
I
Jim Beam.
forgot this is open.
Hey, Rich, up at the top, if you move your mouse up there, you can mute your microphone.
What?
I was talking to Honky.
Oh.
Oh, no, that'll turn horrible because then I'll sit here and talk to you for like 20 fucking minutes and not even know it's not working.
Oh, shit. Go ahead, Richard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't have a tank yet. I was looking at the Atlantis because I use a lot of Max VG, and it's good for that. But I was looking to see if anyone here has a tank or an RDA and would want to see and would want to talk about the pros and cons of each one. I know Jeremy has a tank.
Yeah, the only tank I have is the full-size Kang or sub-tank. I do like it. 6 milliliters is a good bit to last me for the day in those events that I end up driving for 4 or 5 hours around. I don't have to worry about dripping and shit. My only complaint with it is I also do max VG as much as possible. Those half ohm OCC coils, I can't go above 32 watts without instant dry hit. Even at 32 watts, that second hit's dry. Found about 20, 25 watts seems to be about its optimum where I can just sit there and rail it. Today I actually was using it earlier before I got the Sigelli, picked it up from the post office, excuse me, with the max VG in it and everything. It's really not terrible at 20, 25 watts like I had said. Um, Flavor's not terrible. Cloud production's not as much as you're going to get out of a dripper with it being a tank. I did play with some 6, 9, and 12 milligram juices in it, and I like it for the 6s. For those bottles of 6 that I have, it's not a huge throat rape. It's actually rather tolerable with 6 and 9. 12 got a little sketchy in it, though.
Okay. If you guys are looking at tanks, I would highly just recommend the Star.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for the Heracles. I have been absolutely floored with its performance ever since I got it. This is it right here. I can't see if that's on camera or not, but this is the Heracles right here. I'll try and see if I could get my my wattage in camera here. 50 watts, and it's just no problem. Organic cotton coils, and the juice, I use max VG through it all the time. The particular juice I have in here, let me do math.
Oh god, he's done now.
76% VG in this. So to be exact, and I have no issues with it. I just changed my first coil out on it, and it's been a month since I've owned it. So rocking ass tank if you're looking for a tank. Only issue I have with it is don't put it on a mech because it's not going to have the ass to push it.
Well, right now,
It has to do with that lie-in. Like, they made 0.6 coils, and they say it can handle 150 watts. But the thing will never get near 150 watts because you can't give it enough volts. And I'm talking about the wrong tank.
That's the one thing I will say about like the Heracles as well. Like it can handle. I mean, I've got it on my iStick 50. I find it comfortable at 50. But I've run it at 75 and back-to-back chain vaping, and I've kept the same juice in it, that 76% VG, and I haven't had any issues with it at all, even at 75 watts. Let me go ahead and do the whole screen share thing real quick, if I could do that. Nope, I fucked up.
Oh, damn.
well, for me right now, the last tank that I had was the Aspire by Nautilus, and I loved that tank when I got it. I had it sitting on top of a I-chased SVD. That was the first variable voltage, variable wattage model that I had, and I gave that to my wife once I moved over to dripping. Right now, I'm looking around for a new sub-ohm tank that will have a metal tube on it, or a metal tank on it, mainly for durability, because I'd like something that I'd be able to use when riding my motorcycle. Riding in a car, you can set anything in a cup holder, but I'm going to have something with a lanyard on it, or sitting attached to my handlebars or something.
Yeah, I can imagine it being on a bike and trying to drip's not very fun.
You all right?
Can
I mean,
we vape this a guy? Probably.
When when I'm riding, I personally, I don't get the cravings. I don't really get the desire. I'm usually rocking out to whatever's playing on my phone through the stereo, and just putting down miles. But every once in a while, I'll want to hit my vape, and it's in my pocket, no way to get to it. So I need to find something that'll give me the durability and the performance, or performance comparable to drifting, while it also being easy, convenient, and semi-safe to use while operating a bike.
Probably something like the Delta, the Joytech Delta 2, excuse me. Those are they're all stainless steel.
That, and then I have to budget in a variable wattage device.
I mean, you could get those relatively
all on bike mods, and my current all-day vape is a .06.
You could get like relatively cheap, variable power mods nowadays. I mean, look at like the iSticks and stuff.
Yeah, they're rather small and compact.
Yeah, I need to do some shopping around. I've been just going through juice more than anything, not really shopping around, because I'm extremely happy with the setup that I do have right now, which is a Doge sitting on top of a D-Mod, which is made locally here in the Central Texas area. And Mark did. You can also find them online, and they're doing wholesale. So maybe at some point we can try and set up a group buy for them. It's a fully aircraft aluminum mod. The button on it is stupid easy, more than just a simple mod. It's a straight copper button that has some weight to it when you pull it out. It has a spring that goes around the outside of the button up to a nylon washer, Delrin insulator, I'm not sure. But when you push the button in, it makes direct contact to the bottom of the battery. And the top of it, or the top of the mod, it's a hybrid top cap. Now, I'm not sure how many people had the 4.9 mods. I loved mine. It hit hard as hell, except for the fact that the top edge, where the hybrid was, would always cut up the tops of my batteries. What he did to solve this was he put the threaded part down lower. That way it's a completely smooth edge going all the way up to your atomizer. And that got rid of any problems like that. But with it being made out of aluminum and a copper button, it hits hard. And I've dropped this thing. I put this thing through hell, taking it to the field. A couple of the members of CWVT know I went to Fort Irwin, California, where I'm out in the desert for 2 weeks playing Army fuck games. And this mod did not let me down at all. Better than the Stingray that I had, better than the old UDT B14 that I had. It's rock solid.
You probably want to check out something like if you are a fan of stuff like that, the High Desert Vapes. They make mods like that with the hybrid top cap. They're all one piece. The springs are all insulated, so there is no spring power loss. And then when you push the button, it's just the button making direct contact with your battery. And there's only that one bottom cap to unscrew. I know they make brass, aluminum. They make a copper one, and they also make a stainless one. I don't know all the names offhand. I have the brass one around here somewhere. It's the Mutiny. It's really awesome.
I'd say for this one, I just pulled the battery out, or the battery and the button out. And the button, mine's dirty as hell. You can see sticks on the bottom. It has a vent hole going through, and the nipple coming up makes contact with the battery. The spring sits around on the outside, and then the only thing that the spring makes contact with is the nylon washer, which sits on top, and then it's straight button to battery, nothing in between. I haven't hit it with voltage drop test. However, I have a feeling it's going to be between 0.1 and 0.05, with it being an aluminum mod. They made full copper mods. However, the whole point to these D mods was the owner or the manufacturer was trying to make them as cheap as possible, and he from what I understand, just wasn't making enough profit with the copper mods without raising the price more than what it needed to be.
That's the thing with these as well. Like, these are like $50, and I went and dug up my Mutiny. And please excuse it because it is very dirty. But this is the Mutiny. I don't know how well you could see the engravings there. Button is the only part that unscrews. That's it. And the spring's insulated on both sides. So there is no voltage loss through the spring. But yeah. Very, very similar. Hey, clean that.
Now that we've derailed this enough,
No such thing as can we vape this? Everything's on topic. Including me and about 5 bajillion fucking 5 ml bottles.
Oh,
Somebody making testers?
I am. I had some of our Dr. Nimbus stuff steeping now for about a month and a half. So since I haven't sampled them in the past about month, I want to see how they came out. So I'm going to fill up some bottles and shoot them around for a couple days.
you can always feel free to send me samples.
As soon as our labels come in, about 2 weeks on those yet, and then we're ready. It was a pain in the ass trying to print up clear fucking labels. Especially when you're using these dark blue bottles. Those clear labels are a bitch to get the ink to show up.
Go talk to Budweiser. See how they do it.
Right. We finally got it. Had to play with the colors and metallic colors and shit like that to get them to pop. So they're printing now, and I should have them complete in about 2 weeks, hopefully.
I was going to say just use white ink.
We thought about white, but with the theme that we're going for, the old school, like morphine bottles, heroin bottles, snake oil type of look, the white's just going to detract from that theme we're going with.
Okay.
Yeah, had thought about it though. I even thought about just straight fucking silver, but again, same thing there. So we're trying to keep that old rustic look to it. Oh, let's see, what's next here? Why we started vaping and how far we've come. Evan, that was you, so take her away.
Alright, why I started vaping. While I was deployed, first of all, if you didn't catch it before, I'm in the Army. While I was deployed in Afghanistan, I was telling my wife that when I got back, I wanted to quit smoking. Well, I get back from deployment and months go by, and I haven't quit yet. And she finally pushed me to take to put the cigarettes down, and I went and I used a smoking cessation program and got on Chantix. That worked well. I stopped smoking, had no cravings for nicotine. However, I was doing great, and a couple months later, my brother passed away, and life just went to hell for me for a little bit, and I picked up smoking again. And my wife, she does roller derby, and she was telling me that one of her friends opened up a vape shop here in the area. So we went over there and picked up a little Ego starter kit, and haven't really turned back since.
Okay, never mind. My PayPal's fucked up.
Damn, well, vaping is definitely better than Chantrix. Glad you didn't off yourself on that shit, brother.
Oh, Chantix, that gave me some weird dreams.
That's what I hear from a lot of people. Kind of almost want to try it just for that psychedelic effect.
I think I'd rather have a bad acid trip.
Oh, damn, that bad, huh?
Get a hold of some moldy shrooms or something, man.
Right? Can we vape this? No, but we can eat them.
You know what? You could put them into an oven, bake them, dry them out, and try one of those fancy dry herb atomizers you always see.
That would probably work. I don't think I've ever smoked shrooms.
No.
We ate them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that would affect the psilocybe.
Yeah, that I'm not sure either. I usually try to keep some on hand with my neurological issue. Surprisingly, one cap, not enough to make me trip, will knock my neurological issue out of the water and put me back normal. It's pretty fucking nice. Yeah.
Well, I know we could find out. There was a video floating around on our Facebook page for a while of a guy vaping soy sauce. You need to find him and have him try
Get
it.
five pounds.
Whoa, I can get you that guy. I can actually bring them. I can bring all three of them in here.
I was gonna say, I thought Honky was the one that shared that.
Yes. He's also the one that said he wants to try his girlfriend's vaginal pudding or whatever the hell that shit it was there. Yogurt.
Oh, God.
He needs to join the group. We need that type of entertainment.
Vape it?
They had a flavor floating around. It was a flavoring agent, and the flavor titled was vulva. So I can only imagine it would taste something like pussy. Not sure I'd want to vape that all day, though.
I think Pink Spot used to have a flavor something like that.
I think they did too.
Pink
This
Spot's
was-
pretty racy. I mean, G Spot, Pink Spot.
I mean, this is going back like 3 or 4 years, though.
Yeah.
Who vapes this crap?
Well, hell,
What?
Mr.
Who
Honky.
vapes this crap?
What crap?
The crap you're talking about?
Who vapes what?
Whatever you're talking about.
Pink Spot? We carry Pink Spot.
I know you carried it in the shop.
We carry Pink Spot at the shop I work at. So it's like, I know about
Sorry.
Pink Spot.
Well,
Who vapes what crap? The vulva juice?
Yes.
Look, I don't know. All I know is I saw the flavoring once.
But did you try it?
No, I didn't. I didn't order any, which is a decision I regret to this day.
Good. You should regret that.
don't let Chantel fool you. If she could vape the secretions of Pinkie Pie, she probably would.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It probably would taste like cupcakes, though. So yeah, you're right.
I have some pretty rancid prank juice that she refuses to try. It's
Keyword rancid.
It's rancid. I can't. I keep it in a mason jar. If I open the mason jar, it stinks up the whole house.
I'm sorry, the whole line's rancid.
It's a Kona coffee, hibiscus, and blue cheese.
Oh my god.
That sounds
Fuck,
interesting.
that.
Like, I was okay with it until you said blue cheese.
We should get like a 120 and just pass it around everyone in a group, and just get video of them vaping it.
Of what? The wet dreams?
Yes.
That's it. I got the last bottle in existence.
Yeah, but he can
I don't think he will though, because
just like a community bottle and just pass it around because nobody's gonna want to keep it. It's that bad.
We're not doing the sisterhood or the traveling fucking pants here.
yeah, right. Whoa.
So, I got a question. If I made a juice named Schmegma, would anybody want it?
I
Just
totally
to answer the
would
question
vape
of what I'm vaping, yes. Yes, I would.
it. I totally vape it. I vaped worse. I vaped crab once. That was bad enough.
Oh, that crab juice is horrible.
Crab is horrifying.
It
Crab
can't be worse than roast beef.
Oh
or
no, that kind of
pizza.
sounds good.
Pizza's pretty bad. You think, oh, I like pizza. This ought to be good. First hit, pizza sauce. Second hit, oregano. Burnt oregano. No, fuck you guys. I'm not vaping pizza anymore.
Yeah, you need to go and try and find
It's
some bacon.
delicious, okay? I would vape the
No.
piss out of chicken and waffles. Okay, I'm
No,
saying it.
no. There's a company up here that does a chicken and waffles.
Yeah, I think so.
And, well, it kind of tasted like chicken and waffles. It's not good.
I vaped the chicken and waffles, and I really liked it. The only issue is I didn't have any more of the chicken flavoring, so you couldn't make any more chicken and waffles. But it was pretty fantastic. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it bacon or chicken and waffles?
God.
But
Yes.
TFA has a chicken and waffles flavor.
Fuck yeah.
Who?
TFA, the Flavor Apprentice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's this fun
Nice.
little guy right here.
Huh.
Ooh, get your chicken and waffles going on.
Sir Fox is presenting.
Had to make sure everybody saw.
Oh.
So, Mr. Hunky, how'd you start vaping? And how far have you come?
Oh my God. I started vaping because I was playing a game that you had to sit there for like 3 hours at a time in a raid. And dude was like, well, try one of these e-cigarette things. Okay. So I go to the fucking little Habib smoke shop and I picked up, what was this thing? SIG 2.0. They were kind of stupid. Little cigarette look-alike things. And then the shop got raided because they were selling spice and they were getting their cigarettes from other countries and not paying the taxes on them. So the FDA came in, shut them, or the DEA, one of them damn people, they came in with their little SWAT vests and everything. They shut them down for a few months, and we picked up something else called Carlton. And that lasted for a few weeks. Yeah, you can keep laughing. We finally moved up to an Ego in March of 2011.
For the record, I only laugh because it's Carlton.
Okay. Oh, Carlton. Yeah. Okay. What the hell did we do from there? Oh, yeah. What was it, like a lava tube? A Pravari? This thing on ECF, the guy called it an old goat box. It was this tiny little thing that held a 14500 battery, and it had a bottle in it that you shoot your juice up into your cartomizer. Yeah. And I don't know, I got that thing and I figured out how awesome it was to not have to keep dripping into the cartomizer like every 20 minutes. And I went straight onto a reel from there. And I ran that reel from then until October of last year? Yeah? Yeah, October of last year. Then we got series boxes and all kinds of tubes. I don't know. Now we're just retarded. But, I mean, like straight up to July, all I vaped on was a Rio and cartomizers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Yeah, there is. Like, the only reason I even started building is we were down in Tennessee and I was bored, so I went out and I was like, there's a vape shop. Let me go see what it's all about there. And this dude's blowing these big ass clouds. I'm like, what the hell is that? He says it's a Hannah mod, and I got it on 15 watts. It's like, watts? What? Okay. So, yeah. And now I look back and like his clouds were a complete joke.
Oh, hindsight's always 20/20.
I mean, you're looking at a Rio pushing probably 3.6 volts with a brand new battery because those things have pretty bad voltage drop on a 1.5 ohm cartomizer. It was rough.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Now I think I'm on a, what do I have here? A SIG 150 and a Doge. Or a doggy. I like doggies. Alright, Jeremy, it's time for you to call on someone else. I feel weird.
All right, Mr. Matt, your turn.
Well, first off, I still keep track of this. So, before I even get started, this is my total vape time
Damn.
for as long as I've been vaping.
Nice.
So, I've been at this for a hot minute now. I started a lot of the same way. I decided one day I really didn't want to smoke anymore. I was starting a new job. So I went to local cigarette store and asked if they had any electronic cigarettes. I got the Nicotech Metro. So they were like, "Who's trying to quit? Who's trying to quit?" When you're in the store, and I'm like, "It's me." And they're like, "Well, good luck. You guys stick with it." Blah blah blah. So I grabbed it, and it's a little cig-alike. It is a piece of shit. Total piece of shit. I went home with it. One of the batteries that came in the kit died within 2 weeks. Like, just completely crapped the fuck out in 2 weeks. So I was like, yeah, I need to look for something better. So I went searching around on the internet, and I found the Electronic Cigarette Forum, ECF. Shortly after that, I ordered myself a Kago. Then I decided, well, this, you can't really get anything better. And at this time, I only could get juice online, and I wasn't yet adapted to needing to purchase enough juice to last me until vape mail can run again. So I was sort of in a half-ass situation where I was trying to look for places local that didn't have any juice. I found the local head shop that had juice, but it was $20 for a 10 ml bottle, which was kind of shit.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. I didn't hit them up very often, to say the least. So when I got my Kago in, though, and I was using the little SmokeTech BDC Cardo tanks with the XL Cardos, and I didn't think it could get much better than that. I love Cardo tanks. I would probably still rock Cardo tanks if I didn't have to, buy fucking Cardos.
I have 400 in them you can have.
Bring them on.
I used to do group buys for them.
Yeah, I did too. I was hardcore into like the old school Bogues, man. You couldn't get better than the old school Bogues and the
two
fucking,
of them.
yeah, the 2-ohm Bogues. And when Bogate happened, I went and switched almost exclusively to the Iconvate Cardos because Isaac made the fucking best Cardos on the planet. I don't give a fuck. But it was that, and the Kago crapped out on me. Went to an Ego Twist, that crapped out on me. Went to a lava tube. The lava tube crapped out on me. Provari didn't crap out on me. But after that, it was like I stuck with that for a little while. Got a couple of devices here and there. Then when, mechanicals first started blowing up and becoming popular, I started collecting, and now I've got a whole ton of crap just hanging around my house. I've got way too much shit, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
You want to get rid of any of it?
What's that?
That if you want to get rid of any of it, let me know.
Cash, bruh. No.
Do
Some of my
raffles.
stuff, some of my stuff is really, really like I've got a couple of really rare pieces, man. I don't think I'd be looking to sell a lot of my stuff. Like
Do you have a GGTS?
I do not have a GG. I do have their
Okay.
addies, but I never really got into the whole GGTS. I never really was a huge fan of telescopic pieces. The first mod I really fell in love with was the original Nemesis. I still have one. I have a second run Califan. But as of right now, I'm hard on Element mods, man. They're just my favorite mod manufacturer ever. I have everything that they've ever done, period, including their two ultra rare pieces. I've got the Rain, which is number 11 of 12 made, and I've got the BT, which is number 4 of 10 made. So I'm pretty hardcore into collecting aspect, but I'm very picky about my devices.
So do you still run a tube, or do you run a box now?
Well, I mean, I build boxes too, so I'm primarily using boxes most of the time, but I still have, my at-home trophy pieces. Like, right here, I'm running the SX Mini most of the night, but I mean, not too far from me, I've got, my Simple with a Derringer on it. So it's not like I discriminate by any means. I feel there is much love and, uh, use for every device out there. I still use all of my devices in rotation.
I feel so bad. I put my reels on a shelf and they haven't came off in Christ since like November.
The Rios kick ass, man. I used to have the VV Grand. I used to keep the 306 on it, and that was a fucking beast, dude.
Please tell me it was an HH357 and not a Joytech.
It was a 30. It was a 306 Cisco spec. It wasn't an HH. I didn't like the draw on the HH. You had to do that really, really sharp, hard draw on the HH, and I just didn't like it.
Okay. At least it wasn't a Joytech.
Oh no, I didn't like the Joytech 510s. Those were kind of eh. The 306 Cisco specs, the IO6 from Icon Vape, and there was another good one that I can't remember. But those really old school 510 drippers, man, they kicked ass for what they were. I'm trying to think. The 306 and the IO6 were definitely my two favorites, though. I know a lot of people hated them. Oh, the 901s, the Empire 901s. How can I
God. You actually had a 901 device?
Fuck yeah!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Where is it now?
Jesus Christ.
Damn. All right, let's move on to Richard. Why'd you start vaping? How far'd you come?
All right. It was 2013.
Noob.
I was about to go to basic training. Oh, dude, I was 17 at the time. Come on. I'm only 19. And I was like, okay, I've been smoking for a while, a couple years, and I want to at least be able to breathe a bit more. So I got an analog. I was working. Was doing good, and then I went to training. I came out, and I was chilling. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I was in PA now, and it was fucking cold. So I was like, it's too cold to smoke. Fuck that. And then I got a pen,
Yeah.
a fire tank. It was alright. I mean, like, it didn't give a lot of vapor or flavor, so I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna go back to paying $5 a day or more. Um, and then I met Jeremy, and he was vaping. He had a pen. And he got into a mod, and I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Oh, it's a lot better. I can fucking breathe now and shit." So I'm like, "I'll have to check, I'll have to check it out." And then I sent my for about the first couple of times I was vaping, when I was getting back into it, I was going on Fast Tech.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, don't do it. Everyone knows it was bad. I mean, it's a gamble, but each time I lost. So, and then I got, and then I had a Manhattan for a while, with a standard tobe, and then I got this, um, the, 150 watts, and I mean, I love it. It's nice, and that's about as far as I can. But I've been vaping straight on without smoking. I mean, I cheat every once in a while, but for about I want to say since I want to say like January-ish. So I mean, I've only bought maybe a pack in like that whole time frame, and it's in my freezer still, and I maybe have like 18 um in it still. So, but it's great. I can breathe now. I'm saving. I mean, it's a hobby, so it's not cheap, but I'm not spending $6 a day, and I'm not killing myself. Well, yeah, but yeah. So that's about it.
Oh yeah, well, saving money on the cigarettes, but putting it to health.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm still saving. I mean, like it's about $40 a month on juice, so it's better than 120 bucks on smokes, give or take.
It was like when I first started vaping, everybody's like, "Oh, you'll save so much money compared to smoking with the little ego starter kits," and I'm like, I don't like having to replace this whole tank. I'd like to be able to clean it out." So I bought there's
It's like
a
me.
knockoff frozen tank, and then I grabbed one of the iGo variable voltage batteries, and I had that until it broke in half. Uh, then I picked up not the Nautilus and the iTaste SVD, and I rocked that for 4 or 5 months or so, and then I kept getting jealous of one of my buddies that I worked with. He was always blowing these clouds, and he sold me one of his old mods, and it was a shit. I can't even remember the name of the addy at the moment. But he set me up with that, and I fell in love with dripping after that. And then since then, I've gone through four different mechanical mods. I'm on my fifth now with the D mod. I've had the had tugboat, the tow, the MX, and the MX version 2. Now I've been on the Doge waiting for my troll addy.
Are we all?
I've got like 3 trolls. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Not all of us work at shops, asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started vaping myself probably this point close to about 3 years ago. Back when the Joy 510s, the 901s, the fucking Egos were the big craze back in those days when people were taking the damn Addies and ripping the bridges out of them to break into dripping instead of using those stupid fucking cartridges. I actually had a business selling the shit here in the local area that was doing pretty well. And then at that point, it was more of a fad in this area, so it kind of dropped the way of the wind after a couple of months, and everybody got burnt out. That point, started upgrading to the Ego Twists, and then I just couldn't stick with it anymore. Um, Juice at that time was too expensive, upwards of $1.50, $2 a mil, and it was just hurting the bank more than buying cigarettes were at the time. So I went back to smoking for about a year and a half. My boy Zach Furman, who's in the group, and also Boot, who's Oscar Boots in the group right now, both of them got back into vaping, which kind of pulled me back in. So I went out and got myself a Vision spinner and piece of shit Aspire tank.
Same here.
Yeah, 1.5 ohm, and that's what I rocked for about a month, and got bored of that and picked up a Nemesis, talked to my boy Boot, and learned how to build, and now here I am rocking the Sigelli 150 and using coil building as stress relief. Um, like Richard, still smoke every now and again. My big vice is out at the bar. I sit out there at the bar and I'll rail through 2, 3 batteries in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and end up breaking down and need a cigarette instead. As far as buying a pack, I haven't actually bought a pack in it's been a couple of months, I'd say now, since I've actually physically bought a pack other than bumming here or there. But that's my story in a fucking nutshell in the interest of time here. Since it was brought up about the troll addies, did want to let everybody know what the update is on those. The list of who got what colors and what shop tops were finally given last night from Candace to Jared. So Jared will be getting those out here in the next day or two. So I'd expect them here shortly. So that should make a lot of people happy. Now they know what's going on, and they do know now they are in the process of arriving at their house. There's another group buy going on, part of the monthly group buy that, now I'm drawing a blank, Jason Jaggers. There we go. A group by Jason Jaggers is running. Let me see if I can find it here real quick.
Dark Horse V2.
That's it. Thank you. It's the Dark Horse V2 Plus. $20 to get it shipped to your door. Jason Jaggers has a good turnaround time, so won't be waiting on those too long. As soon as he gets them sent out the door. Information on that you can find on CWVT Buy, Sell, and Trade Vapor Market, where you can talk to him, ask him questions about it, and that anything else. He's looking at 20 people every month, and they're $20 a month to get in with a rumored special prize come December, Christmas, if you're in it every month up until then. Really not a bad deal to get a surprise new RDA to fuck with every month for $20. And that's all I had, approaching the end of the show here, so if anybody has anything else they want to bring up or discuss real quick, now's the time.
Yeah, where the hell did the Kentucky chapter come from?
There's a Kentucky chapter?
I just looked up CWVT to find that group's thing, or the Buy, Sell, Trade Vapor Market, and there's a Kentucky chapter.
Damn it, should we take over another group again?
Wouldn't surprise me. Oh shit, so there is, isn't there?
It's a clone.
How about vaping?
Oh no, I think it's real. It's Jason, Maurice, and Brent.
Yeah, it looks like Maurice and Jason probably started that, since they're in that neck of the woods. Oh fuck, so we're gonna have one in every state at that rate.
We're in the original, which was started in this state, so I'm good.
Yeah, we don't need a Louisiana chapter. You guys got it.
It was started here. Of course, it was started like 5 hours away from me, but you know, whatever.
Right? I just can't believe we're nearing on our year anniversary here soon. That is awesome as shit.
All the
last
trauma
year,
in the early days, I wasn't sure we would make it 6 months. Having to switch to different versions. Can we vape this V2? Return of V1.
Oh shit, back to V2 we go.
It's coming, I'm sure, one of these days.
Yeah, I have a feeling it probably will be as well.
I don't think we've
Well,
done
I do have a little bit of a story. Last year, I was on vacation with my family down in Florida, and this was before I was with CWVT, and I was just kind of on my own trying to figure things out. And I only brought, I think, maybe about 40 mils of juice with me as I was just getting started with dripping. Well, I quickly ran out of juice and got on my phone. I was trying to find a vape shop where I was at. I was at Anna Maria Island, which is on the Gulf side of Florida. And I'm looking, and I find one vape shop on the island. And my wife and I, we get in the car, we go over there, and they were supposed to open up at 11 o'clock. You know, we showed up a couple of minutes early. 11:30 rolls around, and the lady that owns the shop didn't even show up. So we go back, and I go for a walk, and I walk down to the Shell gas station because I remember, back here in Texas, a lot of the gas stations will have, generic little Ego style starter kits and a very small selection of juice. So I walked in and I was looking, I didn't see any, so I asked the lady at the counter, and she said, "We just got a package of them in. We haven't pulled them out and set up the display. Would you be interested in looking at it?" So I said, "Yeah," and she pulls out this box, and it's from eHouse, EHAUSE, and buy two bottles. I was vaping 18 milligrams at the time. I was dripping six, or drip, yeah. I was dripping 12 at the time, and I look at these little bottles, and I see 2.4%. Now I didn't know at the time. I thought 2.4% was 2.4 milligrams. I didn't realize that you got to move the decimal place over to get 24 milligrams. So here I am in Florida, no vape shops open, vaping 24 milligram cherry. I think it was a 50-50 VGPG mix. And I I took I bared it out and made it through the rest of the vacation with these two little bottles of shit. And I get back to Texas, and the first thing I do is go to my favorite vape shop at the time. And I walk in. The first thing I said is, I got $5 for anybody here who can take an 8-second pull of this. It's only 2.4%. And one of the guys walks up. He says, "Oh, I can take a hit of anything." So I dripped it on my coils. And he goes, he makes it about 6 seconds before he starts coughing, throws up a lung. He gets a massive headache, goes over to the couch, almost pukes, and then passes out. But since he didn't make it the 8 seconds, he didn't even get his $5.
Poor guy.
The initiation process at our shop when you come to work with us is we have some menthol juice that we mix with pure menthol crystal. It is extremely potent. If you max out the VG on it, it will actually recrystallize. Our initiation process involves a 50-50 blend of that and 36 milligrams of nicotine on a dual coil dripper at 0.2.
Ooh,
Hit that shit.
ooh. I like menthol, but damn.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
one,
not
one of
a
my
menthol guy
NCOs,
at all. I hate it.
I smoke menthol, but yeah.
I was hired before this was adopted. Thank God. So
one of my NCOs, he's got a God box now. I got him turned on the vape, and he's got a God box and a sub tank, and he vapes a straight menthol with the menthol crystal mixed into it at 18 milligrams. And I don't know how he does it, but he cranked it all the way up to 180. and he was taking, good 4 or 5 second hits off of it. I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. I made it about 2 seconds and almost died. But he was also the kind of guy that he'll stand there in the smoke shack. He'll light up his first cigarette, get it halfway down as he's pulling out the second cigarette and he's finishing up the first one, lighting the second cigarette with his first, and he'll do that 3 or 4 times and call that one smoke break. And that's Camel menthols or Camel non-filters.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So
All
does
right.
anyone else have a good mishap?
Oof. Yeah, I
Other
don't know
than
about that
nicotine
strong
porn.
menthol no more. That's what I was using back in the ego days. That 18 milligrams was menthol, but that was a little bit easier to tolerate.
I was a menthol smoker when I started, and I moved over to regular non-mentholated cigarettes when I was, really getting sick of the menthol. I just couldn't handle it anymore. I tried mints. I tried menthols when I started vaping. Wow, that was bad. When I started vaping, um, uh, and I just hated it. I couldn't do it. I was missing like the extra that you would get from the whole leaf tobacco, I guess. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I can't vape mints. I can't vape menthols. I don't do it. It's like a few things though. Like I love chocolate. No one hates chocolate. I'm fairly certain of this, but I can't vape it. It comes off bitter. Same thing with oranges and tea. Don't get me started on tea vapes. They come off like grass clippings. It's horrible.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that tea aspect.
I haven't had a T1 yet, so.
And I know some people love it. Yeah, there is one. It's the Earl Grey tea from Vigilante. It's Earl Grey Ghost. That is the one tea vape that I have tried that I can actually tolerate. But you still get like a little bit of hint of like lawn clippings on the back end, but it's not nearly as bad as like a straight black tea vape or anything like that.
All right. Well, let's get this thing wrapped up. Thank everybody for coming out and showing up tonight's show. Try and start doing these a little bit earlier than 1 a.m. I know the 1 a.m. kind of hurts people wanting to come in and shit. Next one will be Sunday, looking later on in the afternoon, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock. Saturdays is normally the next show, but that's going to be a bit postponed. I won't be around. I got a friend of mine's kid's birthday party to get to. So I don't even know how sober I'm going to be when I leave there. So we'll just postpone until Sunday. And
Those are the best parties, though.
It's a kid's party, though. Come on.
well, it's a kid's party, but eventually the adults got a party.
Remember,
Very true.
It's kids party, like I said. Those aren't fun.
Especially when there's
They
going
can
to be
be.
a smoke room to hide in.
if they got a bounce house, that motherfucker's a party. Let me tell you.
Fucking right. Ain't no party until you have a bounce house or a wacky waving arm guy.
See, this guy gets it.
Giant water slides.
Giant water slide? Yeah. I'm down.
No, bullshit. Fuck water slide. You gotta have a slip and slide.
Fuck yeah. Down a hill with soap, bitch.
I know, right?
With a brick wall at the end.
Giant
Wait,
water
but-
slide.
Nah, fuck soap. Actually, fuck water. We're doing baby oil, motherfucker.
Oh, well, we're gonna be naked for this slip and slide?
Hell yes.
After the kids go to
And
bed.
nobody can invite John.
No, fuck it, the kids can come too.
I'm out of this.
If we're gonna have a naked slip and slide party, nobody invite John.
Oh, Jeremy, if you actually come up here, they're doing a slip and slide down Southside Scranton, like down the main road.
Oh shit. That is worth the drive up to Scranton.
About
Yeah,
3 hours.
they're gonna. No, it's like 2.
Yeah, it'd be about 2 hours from us.
Fuck, I was just down there 5 minutes from your house.
Who gives a fuck? Slip and slide.
They're going to pop open a fire hydrant and let it run the whole day.
Well,
Ooh.
fuck.
Hell yeah.
Why don't we do anything like that here?
Because the cops would arrest us.
Think anybody would care if I showed up in one of those cock slings?
You have to go look this up. It's called the bag thong.
I've seen
That's-
those.
I already seen it. Now, if you come up here, I will have my mother make you one of those.
Fucking right.
Crochet, motherfucker.
Like pink and purple.
Hell yeah.
He's probably going to need him to show up early for sizing.
There you go.
Damn, I'm gonna have to do some manscaping too.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I'm gonna kill the live end of this and head downstairs and eat. Y'all are more than welcome to stay and keep bullshitting though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're talking about bags on live?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Wait, hold on. Is it a bag, a sack, or a sack bag, or a bag sack? Like, what did you call that?
All the above.
A sack bag. Sack bag?
It could also be a sack, though.
I'm down. Whatever.
A cock brawl.
A cock sock?
Ooh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
No, isn't that something different?
I was gonna say I think that might be trademarked.
You got to go get the Mr.
Cock sling.
Kind of sounds like you have a hurt cock when you say it that way.
No.
Banana
You mean,
hammock.
no, that one's taken. A schlong sling.
Schwab.
Ooh,
You got
I
a
like
case
that.
of broke big fountain over there.
Oh shit.
A balls sack?
A ball sack. Ooh. That works on a couple levels there.
Yeah, it does.
If you do it like that, then you have to leave the balls out.
That would probably still be indecent exposure, sadly.
Well, no, because like you got your schlong in the sack, or the schlong sling. So that's put away. I mean, all that's out is the little bag. I mean, it's no worse than a baller or a bowler walking into a bowling alley with 2 balls in a sack. Like, dead serious. Have you ever watched those guys clean their balls?
This one swings to the left.
I'm a golfer, so I watch the little balls.
You know, I put some little balls all over the place.
I hit little balls all over the place. Just the white ones. Just the white ones.
Nothing better than talking about
What,
ball.
you got a problem with pink balls?
No, but a lot of major courses don't like pink balls.
Oh, actually, a pussy.
And on that note, thanks for joining. Catch us Sunday.